find out. We're going to move over to Himmelsdorf for our first battle in this match number 4. Refuse to Die versus Punish. Over in the south side, we have Refuse to Die as the red team. The blue team is Punish, spawning in the north side. Let's take a closer look at the tank selection yet again. 2 IS-3s, a T-32, and 2 T-69s. You can definitely see that the Punish might have a little bit of trouble penning some of these tanks, the IS-3s, the 110 in particular, just because of the heat rounds that were changed in those T-69s. On the other side, 250, 100, 2 IS-3s, and a 110 for the side of Refuse to Die. Looks like a lot of these players are gearing up on Tank Alley.
Yeah, it looks like IQOP is going to take a few hits as he is way out and exposed in the middle of the map, taking a hit from a T1 somewhere across the way.
Yeah, I like Quasar's position. If we go over to him right now, it's really nice. All the way up there on the northwestern side, just getting a good shot.
Just tearing apart IQOP, and shots are just hitting dirt, unluckily for him. IQOP, though, seems to have figured out the direction of the enemy T1 and is aiming that way. But it looks like some bushes are in the way and are going to prevent him from spotting the enemy T1. They're just beyond view range for each other, I think.
Yeah, but it's almost the coordination that's happening over here. Hired gun all the way on the top of that hill, looking for any hill pushes to really empower a Tank Alley push. But as we can see on the mini-map, actually, let's pull that up real quick.
IQOP might actually go down here in a second because he's going to get proxy spotted by Scringley. And after that proxy spot, I fully expect to see Quasar finish off T1 opponent, IQOP.
Well, IQOP is going to be gunned down pretty soon here.
Oscar, though, is engaging on Quasar.
Yeah,
but
and
Oscar
Garen actually pushing up with the T-32 needs to be really, really careful. Oscar down to 11 hit points. Quasar at 57. IQOP, of course, at 44 hit points, is proxy spotting this one tank. But having that T-32 out there kind of gives a little bit indicator, especially with a hired gun up there in just spotting down the D line. He's going to actually push on a little bit further. But I feel like Refuse to Die, just in terms of intelligence, knows so much more than their opponents.
Oh, and there goes Oscar. That is Quasar hunting him down, and a bag of kittens pops out to destroy the other T1. That is both T1s down. 4 Punish. Huge advantage going to Refuse to Die, knocking out the eyes of their opponent. They have so much map control, so much flexibility right now. I fully expect to see them make some pushes here soon once they find exposed enemies. And
Garen,
here we go.
Hunting down that T1, trying to avenge the loss of the 2 T1s that they've already lost. But Garen needs to be careful because he's taking a shot already from downtown. It looks like one of those.
That is a bag of kittens, and Valkyrie Veywas getting great hits. First it was Valkyrie Veywas. There is a second hit from Valkyrie. Take a look at what gun he's using for me, Andre. If it's long, there's...
I believe it's the 100.
Yeah, it's nice and long.
Yeah, I think that's 100.
Nice and long.
Yep, that is the 100, yeah. The 122 is all stubby. It's little.
All right, how it works out, though, there's definitely an HP advantage coming out for Refuse to Die, and a tank advantage. Of course, those 2 T1s, you can't really disregard them because they add valuable cap pressure.
They
Refuse
cap
to
just
Die,
as fast.
Yeah, Refuse to Die has kind of triangulated the position. They're actually moving up Tank Alley, looking for a fight. Of course, they know that T-32 is a little bit out of position. Ooh, T-69's spotted out here. Shots go off, but bounces happen. Scringley in that IS-3 is able to bounce shots, of course, with that
Shadowfire, when did he take some hits? Was that
just now? Just now. Scringley was able to do the shot.
And Valkyrie Veywas and a bag of kittens are pushing in with a fantastic little flank position. And on top of that, Quasar is going to make a little distraction of himself. Garand is getting pushed way, way back. A counter push could be in order for Punish.
But look at that T1 all the way on the top, the northern side. Hired gun squeezing in behind everybody. Look at it. Scringley is bouncing shots like it's his job. Guess what? It is his job. As Scringley hasn't taken any more damage. 265 the first time now, and Hired gun is going to initiate cap, exposing the rear. Oh my god, what does Punish do? They're going to just lose an IS-3. Kershak is going to go down. And now,
Garen is about to go down as well.
yes, sir.
There he
In that
goes.
T-32, Valkyrie Vewas able to get the last shot. And now just it gets from bad to worse. Bag of Kittens taking out Waz Katango, and Gory NSX is being closed in right now.
Yeah. Bag of Kittens is going to move in on the flank. 1:14 doesn't even matter. This fight will probably finish itself up in just a moment. Shadowfire might actually get a hit off, but it looks like Screenly throws the shot way off. But it looks like Anubis, very good job, very great follow-up, finishing off Shadowfire.
Just one more tier 8, one more tank left, down to 824 health. Screenly gonna bump in a little bit. Shot's gonna come off, actually a bounce. World War II Fnatic, can I get the last shot?
Bag of Kittens
Nope.
steals it.
You KSer. Back Kittens and Refuse to Die, looking good as they take the first battle. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WGLNA. We're in the middle of a series between Refuse to Die and Punish. Refuse to Die up 1-0 right now. We had a disconnect, so we're going to load back into Ensk. Make sure you guys just click battle.
Yep.
We can get everything going.
They'll load up with, I believe, the same
The
tanks.
same lineup,
Yep.
yes, sir.
And
And
they'll
we're just going to start it as soon as possible.
We'll be right back in. We'll get this rolling. We'll actually have a good old Ensk fight. See how this 110, we
So-
saw that.
Let's go back to the important things. The new HE meta.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay. HE, you're able, it doesn't matter if you're reverse angling as an IS-3. I'm still going to do damage to you. It
And
might
it's-
be 17 damage, but I'm still going to do damage to
And
you.
it's going to annoy you so much because you're like,
Annoy
how
you.
do you do damage? And
Yeah.
how do you damage my tracks?
I think for every IS-3, you should bring half and half. Because
Half
you're
and
never
half?
going to...
No, not half. Well, if we're trolling, half and half. But, I mean, I always bring like 10 or so on tanks that I can afford to bring 10. If I
Okay.
can load 60 or 70
In
rounds at a tank.
742s, are you really shooting 14 times with an IS-3?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Not half and half though. Just in case for that one time when you're just like spamming rounds. However, I do love to bring HE rounds.
If
and
you're
cons-
spamming rounds, you should be using HE rounds. So you need a lot of them.
You got to point. Actually, I do love to bring HE rounds to destroy the supplies. When I example in pubs. When I go into pubs and I spawn in a map that you can't drive conveniently, destroy the supplies and keep going. I load an HE round right at the beginning, turn my turret, destroy the supplies, keep walking. Or destroy a house, because
Yeah.
if you line up HE just so, you can destroy half a house instead of a quarter of a house with an HE
I
round.
would love to see the distribution of HE rounds on French tanks and just see if overall the overall average is greater than regular APCR rounds. You think?
HE on French
Like
tanks?
with an IS-3.
Oh, the pen or the damage?
No, just the damage.
Just the damage.
Distribution
Oh, yeah.
of damage.
Against I've loaded like with Pershing, the 90 mil, load HE rounds. You can pen those Lorraines and 5100s.
Well, you can pen them, but how much
Yeah.
damage? What's the
Yeah.
distribution of damage?
Oh,
It'll be
yeah.
interesting to see. Maybe I'll take a look. That's my next math thing that I'll be doing.
Ah.
Anyway, we're loaded into the game. Let's go ahead and kick it off again with battle number 2, Refuse to Die against Punish. And here we go, a big east side push. Looking at the tank selection yet again, 110, 250, 100s, and 2 IS-3s with Refuse to Die. On the other side, Punish, using the same lineup, 2 IS-3s, 2 T-69s, and a T-32. Not looking good with that T-32, I have to say. I
It's
believe,
gonna
was that
come
a
down to proper play.
blind
That's-
shot that was fired?
What? Possibly.
I don't know.
What was it fired? Who? On someone?
No, I mean, it didn't hit anybody, but I thought I saw a shot that went off.
Maybe someone just clicked, you know?
Yeah, I might have been wrong. Anyway, there's a big push up the east side, and this is normally really good at just netting some T1 kills.
Yeah, because usually a great number of teams will send a T1 to the east and not protect it. They'll just sit there passive like a tripwire. And if you really want to get a free T1 kill, you just head out there with some guys real fast, get that free T1, make a retreat. Now they're down a T1. You can reset almost the entire match by just finding a new position.
That's right.
And then you have a free T1 up. And T1 advantage means a huge amount because just it's another tank on the map. It's more flexibility. You have only 7 guys to work with, and they have only 1 T1 left. So you could 2v1 the T1 Cunningham.
That's
and
right.
when you have a 2v1, it's a super imbalanced fight. It's possible to win as the one, but it's so difficult.
2 is greater than 1.
Yes.
Hence 2 will win.
Win against 1. However, skill can outmatch the 2. It's just, you have so much. I've seen it happen. I've seen a T1
You've
just
seen
like,
it happen, but it shouldn't happen.
it showed, definitely not.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because 2
It's
is greater than 1.
2 T1s are better than 1.
Anyway, Quasiar is in this nice little bush over here. Not able to spot out any of the T1s. But there is, I believe, one T1 just standing in the middle of...
He's on the other side of Cap right
okay.
now. And actually, I really wish that Punish would have destroyed the wall outside of their Cap and the supplies. They haven't destroyed the supplies or the wall on Cap, so they don't have proper vision across. And you saw they destroyed a small portion, which will help Oscar spot anyone who tries to go to the little, you know that mound in the middle, in the back, right over there, zooming in right there. And that little mound, when a tank goes there, I mean, he'll get spotted by Oscar. But aside from that, oh, hey, look.
Red base under attack.
Red base under attack.
What
That's
tank?
on the other side of the map, though.
What tank is it, though? Let me go ahead and look out. Hired
Is it
Gun is
tier
back
1?
there to check it out. I quap.
I quap. He must play quap because he quaps.
You're
Or-
quap. Anyway, he gets off.
That's pretty smart because he doesn't have friends to back him up. I don't know why he got on Cap.
All right, and we might have a Cap Fast coming in here. 5100s and IS3s pushing on for Bag Kittens in the front over there, saying, hey, guys, I'm not spotted. I have 6 cents on. So maybe we can punish this. And look at this. The wall isn't broken. The supplies aren't broken either, and Scringley is going to initiate the Cap all
Bag Kittens
5
is
of them
spotted.
at once. Yes,
Now
I
Valkyrie was, but iQuap turns sideways, makes himself a better target, and he's destroyed.
Yummy, yummy in my tummy. And still, look at how much wall is still up. This is
And another
beautiful.
T1 goes down.
Beautiful. 20 seconds left, and where is Punish right
Well,
now to
they-
reset this Cap?
They are on the way, but it might not be soon enough because they have to destroy the wall to get shots on targets.
And look, even Valkyrie Vewas positioned in a great position to actually stop any shots against Gringley, World War II Fnatic, and Quasiar. And ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Blue base is captured. Refuse to die. Will take it. Doesn't matter all of the shots that happen right now. A very simple Cap Fast to win.
It comes down definitely to a mistake by Punish.
Yes.
They didn't destroy any of the supplies on Cap. Now, those supplies didn't come into play this time, but they could have. You also didn't destroy a destructible wall to which you were on the opposite side. You need to watch your own Cap point. It's just a complete blind spot, oversight by Punish, lost them the game.
Would you say they got punished?
Oh.
John, please save us.
I don't think anyone could have saved. Yeah, not that one. Sorry. But I'm going to agree with Randall here. That was pretty much lost when... Look how late they got spotted on the Cap, when they started the Cap. I mean, the wall's vision only allowed them to see the corner, which is so deep into your Cap, and you have no warning to get back. They got back with maybe 10 seconds, and that point you have 10 seconds and you're pressured to do something and make those resets because of a simple thing like not running over a destructible wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, no bueno.
You have tanks. There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
You've got cars everywhere. You've got statues to run over. You got buildings, and it's fun.
And come
Why not
on,
do it?
we know these guys have played GTA 5 recently, so they should be used to running over stuff. There's no reason why they shouldn't have. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it. Refuse to die up 2-0 in this best of 5. They need one more win to clinch it and move on in the qualifiers. We're going to cut to a short commercial break. When we come back, the continuation of this series. And after that, one more match, Death from Above versus Sympasaurus Rex. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the qualifiers for WGL. And we might have a very early clash as we see both teams going over to the east side. One iQuap is going to be spotted out in that WZ-132, the Wheezy.
Oh, and there is
Hired
Kershik
Gun.
taking out Hired Gun. Hired Gun going to a decent position, but trying to active scout into T1. Cunningham is generally not that. It just isn't generally successful. It
It's
just isn't.
not that fast, guys.
Yeah.
And it has this really, really silly... Oh, a couple of shots coming out. Kershik now going to take a little bit of damage. But a lot of missed fires.
Yep.
Still doing a good job. Ooh, another shot comes out
and
in
in the
Guri.
mid, actually, a T1 v T1 fight is brewing. It is Shadowfire versus Quasiar.
Who's going to take
I'm
it?
going to go jump on this right now.
Oh, wait. That T1 only has 105 life. What?
He doesn't have the
Shadowfire.
top. Shadowfire, you didn't upgrade your T1 Cunningham.
Ah.
Quasiar should recognize this and just destroy him.
Yeah.
That's what you should do. Quickly before backup arrives, because IQOP is inbound on this
Yes, sir.
position.
Oh.
Oh, Shadowfire is taking fire from somewhere else. Someone.
Let's be careful.
Yeah.
Well, he's not moving. You need to move.
There he goes.
All right. Well, Screenly going to take him out in that T69. Probably going to have to reload directly after this.
But
There he
incoming
goes.
is WZ-132. IQOP off in the distance. Come on, you can get him, IQOP. There's a little window here for IQOP to move in, kill Quasiar, and back out. He's this.
Yeah, but I'm actually worrying about this because as soon as IQOP is going to be found out here, WZ-132, they know, okay, it's 5 tanks.
Oh, and he messes the shot up. It goes right into
never mind.
Quasiar's track.
Yeah.
But now IQOP
That's
has a
okay.
chance to back off and just leave.
Back up
it
and
makes,
leave.
Yep, just leave.
Back
You have
off
this
and
advantage.
leave. Looks like there is going to be a little chase. AMX 1390s, Pershings, and T69s, all of them are following through. 5100 by Oscar is looking for a fight here. And I don't blame him, of course. 5100, incredibly good at brawling, especially with that increased damage and health. But it doesn't have a lot of utility in that. It is not good at shooting on the move.
Yep.
And
And
it's not
Oscar is about to run into quite a few enemies. He turns away at the last moment going, nope,
Yep.
that's not a good idea.
Don't want as
Do
Oscar
not.
has taken one shot already. A couple of IS-3s are rounding the bend. So actually, Punish is doing a pretty good job at sort of forcing this engagement, forcing their will on their opponents as
Very
there is split up. A couple of shots on Oscar, and you can see the gun depression problem happening. Even the IS-3s have a big gun depression problem.
Most Russian tanks and Chinese tanks have a problem with gun depression. American
That's right.
tanks, though, not too many problems at all. And
Yeah,
it looks
that's
like cap pressure on the... Oh, it's going to stop. Never mind.
Katango was taking a little bit of damage from that T69. AMX 5100 is gearing up, doing a little bit of damage, doing a good job, down to 453 health. Does miss that last shot, but now only one shot away from dying. Can the Pershing get the shot? And yes, he will. He's going to back up, taking a shot from Guri. And it looks like there is... Oh, Anubis did die, though. And Kershik is going to go ahead and flank Scringly in that T69. Things are going a little bit better for Punish, but they're down to only 3 tier 8s, whereas their opponents are now tying
Other
it up
side
with
of
3
the map.
tier 8s. Yeah.
That is Kershak kills Scringly, and we lose a T69. Although it looks like IQOP is going to jump onto Valkyrie Vewas, who I believe is reloading. Valkyrie's just going to do everything he can to run away. And IQOP's going to, a little bit of interesting driving, is going to drift and lose a lot of momentum. Right there, giving Valkyrie Vewas maybe a little bit of a chance.
Oh.
Boom, big miss.
Also, on the other side, we had Battle Buddies, World War II Fnatic, and a bag of kittens going at it, and their HP sharing actually enabled them.
IQOP is missing. He's got 3 misses so far on the move. This is huge because World War II Fnatic, and now Valkyrie Vewas is reloaded.
Yeah, and he even stopped to make sure that he gets the shots that he needs, making every shot count except that one. Pershing will be the one to take out that
Suicide ram.
WZ-132. Ladies and gentlemen, refuse to die. We'll move on. 3-0. Nice little brawl there. Nice battle buddy sharing HP. If you look back at that replay, you'll actually see a really, really nice battle against that one IS-3.
And the T69 on the other side, he was out of shells, and he distracted the other IS-3. I want to take a look at the names of those IS-3s real quick, because I just want to point out that was Kershik, right? Was that Kershik who was taking on the 2 Pershings?
Yes.
Okay, Kershik taking on the 2 Pershings did what he could, but when that 5100 spend his shells got taken down, it was a 3v2. We had T69 make it so there's a 1v1 and a 2v1, so the Pershings could just DPM down that IS-3.
I do want to say that it was a little bit unfortunate. Kershak could have been in a situation where he just one-shotted both of those Pershings. It was, their health was low enough. It was low 400. Well, not low, like
Well, one of them was
430-ish.
below 300
Yeah.
easily, so he was a one-shot.
But he two-shotted both of them, which is really, really unfortunate because it could have been a swift kill. And all of a sudden, there's an IS-3 against that 1390 that's clipping. 1390 against a WZ-132 and an IS-3. It's a little bit problematic. Of course, the 1390 could have done it since the IS-3 was very low. But as it stood, refused to die, getting a little bit lucky in that brawl.
Yeah.
And winning it.
Lucky or, punishing their opponents appropriately?
They got low rolls.
Low rolls?
That's what it comes to.
Does it really come down to only low rolls? Because I felt like the IS-3s did a good job, but they brought IS-3s on a map with so many hills. You saw situations where IS-3s were unable to put shots on target simply because of gun elevation.
But I'm going to say you also saw a position where the IS-3s and the 5100 were able to impose a battle without any kiting that happened.
Yeah.
So if you're going pound for pound with Pershings and a T-69 against IS-3s and a 5100, you're most of the time going to lose that. John, your thoughts?
I think Punish really could have won that engagement. I think a part of the problem was Oscar, when he charged in, lost some health. And I think the bigger problem was when he charged in, he fired 2 shots on the move in a 5100 before you got to your engagement. That's 4 shells against 3 opponents. He fired, his, 1, 2, fired 2 more on the retreat. But wasting 2 shells like that, look at how low health those mediums were at the end of that engagement. And then even after that, mistake, the WZ-132 could have won this by himself. Full health against a reloading 1390, 530 some health.
Yeah.
We're talking 2-3 shots, but that's fine on a 1390 on reload if you just hit, because he did miss 4.
Yeah.
And then a 90 health Pershing. That should have been, you went from full health to 0 without doing any more damage.
He actually even missed taking the shot on the Pershing, which he actually kind of got away from Valkyrie Bay West in the 1390 and could have been home free to clutch the match if he had actually made the shot on the Pershing when he went over the hill. Instead, his shot went over, and I felt like it must have been nerves. Missing that many shots in a row is just RNG. I mean, you can't RNG that.
You gotta take the shots that count. So he was saying constantly yesterday. And the 5100, he was able to put out 900 damage, which is 3 shots. Now, I want to say, what if that 5100 was not an IS-3, well, a 1390 instead? Now, your overall potential damage is a lot lower. You're looking around. No, it's a lot lower.
Okay, well,
right? You're looking at like 1400 damage on average.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
so
still
you have
pretty
to get
good for against a lighter setup. It's still effectively a tank.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think you can. I'm going to argue this, that you can always get into better positions with the 1390 to make the right shots rather than the 5100.
I agree.
And get all 6 shots off, dealing more average damage than the 5100, who, let's be honest, has a lot of trouble getting their shots on with a lot of hills, little tiny hills. Even though they're tiny, you don't have good gun depression, and as soon as you step over too far, you're exposed, and you're going to die very fast.
Yeah, and you're such a big target, too.
Yeah.
1390 is so small. It also has the advantage of being a light tank, so it has great camo. And on top of that, it's such a much smaller profile. Now, it has less health, but in the end, when you're facing a Pershing lineup with almost all light tanks, you can clip out any single tank if you make your shots count. In a 1390, 5100 can definitely do more damage, but it's not a tank suited for the play style and the map, I'd say.
Yeah. A lot of good things happened, though, from Punish. I mean, they were able to get the right engagement, just not able to seal the deal. I think if things were slightly altered...
If they'd just gone forward. I think if they just crashed into those Pershings with IS-3s...
Refused to Die would have been looking to go into game number 4, in my opinion. But as it stands, ladies and gentlemen, Refused to Die moves on with a 3-0 lead. Match number 5 is going to be Death from Above against Hipposaurus Rex. Hipposaurus Rex, the finalists last qualifiers. Let's see if they can continue their run as they move up and for a chance to qualify for WGLNA. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, the continuation of match number 5, or actually the start of match number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.